This is that cock, Chris, that he's won 3 first feds this time, 3,000 pigeons. Fantastic pigeons. You've grown lines, the leads. Super pigeons. But this season they've all come together, so he's always first through the trap. This pigeon, he's had lots of second and thirds to this one. He's had probably 3 or 4 first feds with 3,000 pigeons.
What bloodlines are your pigeons mainly? Do you have a base family and then you've introduced and...
Yes, they're mostly Hugh Growens, Leo Van Ryans and Fred Ducker. Well, Fred Ducker flies the Leo Van Ryan pigeons, they fly the same club. But I've gone to the best and come back. I think they're the best fancies in Holland at the moment. So I've been over there, picked out the best and brought them back and put them in the stock lot. And then paired them together and they formed this fantastic family.
And they hit it off straight away, did they, when you crossed them in?
Yes, they did, yes.
Why did you choose them? Why did you go there? Because you had a good family of Jansen pigeons for many, many years.
Yes, I have. I've still got some of the old individuals, but the Van Hoppes from Van Hoppe used to live in Arendonk, the baker, and used to supply Jansen brothers with bread and so forth, and he had eggs and all sorts. So those are the first ones, super pigeons. Also from Len Upton, who had the Van Hoppes, and that's really how I started with the Van Hoppes. But since then, of course, I've been over to Holland and I look at the results and look at the people that are winning, and you're not get any better than Leo Van Ryan and Fred Ducker and Hugh Groen, who's tremendous men. So they all exchange pigeons. So I've gone the same way. I thought if it's right for them, it's right for me. And they're super.
And what system do you fly your pigeons on?
Widowwood. I just fly the Widowwood cocks. Just normal Widowwood, and very little training. These cocks had a little bit of training at the start of the season, but for 2 and 3 weeks before they were doing all the big wins, they never had a training shop, and I hate going training, so it suits me to fly like this.
Yeah. And did you paired up November, December, January?
No, I paired up in February.
February?
Yeah. The end of January, early February. And I always rear 2 youngsters off each pigeon, sell some out of the widowed cocks because I've got my stock loft and most of my pigeons are out of those. But the stock birds are mostly retired racers from here,
yes.
Big fed toppers and so forth. So I've got a lovely family. I've introduced some this last year from Leo and some from Hugh Groen. And I like to bring in 2 or 3 different pigeons every year just to keep the family strong. And so,
of course, if anybody buys out your race team, they could be getting some out of a superstar and your future stock pigeons as well.
Well, that's right, yeah. I mean, this cock here, he won 3 first feds. Well, he's the 2009, well, it's his last season, so yeah, I mean, people will get them out of all these pigeons, and really you can't do better. Because of the old problems around here and out in the countryside, from the end of September, or middle of September, I don't let the birds out. I will keep them in all winter. Occasionally they might go out once or twice, but that's all. I let them have a bath in the pen outside and just keep them, contented all winter and until I pair up. Yeah. The only problem is that they get a little bit fat, so it takes a bit longer for them to lay. But apart from that, it makes no difference to performance at all.
So when you bring them out at the end of the winter, do you have any problems with like wing stiffness or anything like that? Are you careful with them? Or?
Yeah, they obviously with them being kept in, they don't want to fly too long to start with, but after a few weeks they start to get muscled up and they're fine.
So at end of January, early February, the rear youngsters, do you allow them to sit the eggs the second round for a particular length of time? Or?
No, they'll sit the eggs for probably about 5 or 6 days and then they take the ends away.
Yes.
And then they're on the widowwood. And then the cocks start to build up the the mussels and I fly around the loft, and the cocks are going out twice a day. I let the hens out once a day. I like to keep my widowed hens really fit, because what I do is that on a Friday I let my widowed hens come to my cocks, so my cocks will be in the nest box, and the hens just fly around to them, and it seems to motivate the cocks.
What's your favourite pigeons at this particular time in your race team?
Well, obviously this cock here. I mean, he's won all these feds, but they've all come together, and he's the first one through the trap. He never hesitates, he's straight in. So, although different pigeons would have topped the fed, because he traps so well, he wins the first.
Yes. And how's he bred?
Well, he's out of New Rowan's Hercules lines, which are fantastic pigeons. He's a full brother to Hercules 30 and Hercules 75. More big winners for them, of course they're not around anymore, but yes, those lines, as a yearling, the hawk had him, and I was patient with him, he motored through, he's paid me this time, he's never out of the clock.
And what's their best distance? What sort of time on the wing would you say that they excel at?
Well, Hercules 75, which is a full brother to him, was the only pigeon in Dardale Club on the day from Saints, and he was also 11th in the Northern Continental Club.
How far's Saints to you here?
520.
520 miles.
So the trouble is that you get pigeons that win like this inland, and everybody would like you to send them the distance, hoping you'll lose them. Of course,
yes.
I think, well, no, these pigeons they're going to be with me, I hope, for another 3 or 4 years, so I don't send them.
So how far is your furthest inland race here?
It's Portland, which is 185 miles.
So a good 4 hour, 5 hour flight.
Oh yeah. Oh, they'll fly it. I mean, I'm sure that Hercules 30, he won something like 9 or 10 first and 5 or 6 first feds. But I didn't send it over the water, but its brother won from 500 miles, so I think if I'd been brave enough, I think Hercules 30 would, perhaps Hercules 95 would, but you don't throw a pigeon away.